There once was a charming little boy named Eric. Eric was a very loving and affectionate child who could not get enough tickles and hugs. Everyone who met Eric instantly loved him. Eric was smart and funny, and he just loved to laugh. Sometimes he would get very silly, and in no time at all, he would have everyone in the room joining in with his giggling. Eric loved to play. Some of his favorite activities were listening to music, he especially adored his Sesame Street tape, singing songs, watching movies, and puzzles. Eric was a puzzling genius. Sometimes Eric just wanted to snuggle up to look at his favorite books and magazines. Unfortunately, Eric was born with a condition called autism. Having autism made it difficult for Eric to learn certain things such as talking and reading. It made Eric very sad because he had hundreds of books, but he could not read or understand any of them. Oftentimes, Eric would get very angry because no one could understand him, and he could not ask his mommy for the things that he wanted. Many people tried to help Eric, but nothing seemed to work. Therapist after therapist came, and after thousands of hours spent in therapy, all that Eric could do was name objects around the house. One day there was a knock on the door. It was yet another new therapist. Her name was Mandy. Eric and his mommy had very little faith, but little did they know, Mandy knew something that the other therapists before her did not. A secret that would help Eric learn to talk in leaps and bounds. Eric and Mandy hit it off immediately and became best friends. Eric's therapy started looking much different than it did in the past. It seemed like all Mandy and Eric ever did was play. Mandy seemed to know everything that Eric loved to do, and she was always giving him what he wanted. In fact, this was Mandy's little secret. Every time Mandy had something that she knew that Eric wanted, she would have him say the word. At first, he would only have to say one word at a time. If he wanted to be tickled, Eric would say, "Tickle." When he wanted to listen to his Sesame Street tapes, he would say, "Music." Eric soon learned that to get the things that he wanted, it was easier to ask than to get angry. Before long, Eric was building sentences. Instead of just saying tickle, Eric would say, "I want tickles," and then, "Tickle me, please." To listen to music, he would say, "Turn on the music." By the end of 1 year together, Eric was able to read some of his books, and he could use his words to ask his mommy for all the things that he wanted. Mandy was so proud of Eric. To celebrate his successes, she threw a big party for him, and all his friends came. Mandy and Eric's work together was a huge success, and soon the day came for Mandy to move on. There were many other little boys and girls who had autism like Eric, who needed her help. Eric was very sad that his time with Mandy would be coming to an end, but Eric knew that he and Mandy would always be close. Before she left, he made her the most beautiful card that she had ever received, and at the bottom, all by himself, He wrote 3 words that would warm Mandy's heart forever. He wrote, I love you.